Hello guys, I hope you are all doing well. After the completion of two storage classes which were automatic storage class and register storage class, in this video we are going to look at the another storage class, that is the external storage class. So let's begin. So external storage class. In external storage class, what happens? We declare a variable outside all functions. Okay, outside all function, let's say there was include and some files, then we will be declaring our variable outside the all of the function. Let's say there is a function also, okay, and there is some definition of this function also, but we write for external storage class we write the function above or we can say outside of the all functions, right? Now first thing that we look at is default value. Okay, now if let's erase it. If I ask you here what is the printf of a, now what is the default value of a? Default value of a is 0. Okay, default value is 0. Now here it will give me output as 0. Okay, default value 0. Second thing is that what is the storage, okay, or kind of memory. So the variable is going to be stored in the main memory. Okay, memory we can say simply, or it is main memory. Right? Now third thing is scope of the variable. Okay, now the scope of the variable is, we can say, entire program or until program terminates. Okay, it means that until the program is running, the scope is valid and it can be accessed. What it means? That the variable can be accessed from any function. For example, let's say I am here asking for printf of a. What it will give me? Default value, which is 0. Now I am calling the function fun. Okay, what is doing? It is incrementing by 1, right? So now if I write here what is the value of printf of a, it will give me 1 after that. Okay, if I again call it and then again do printf of a, it will then give me 2 because I am increasing the value. Note that I am able to access this variable. Okay, so in entire program I can access this variable from any location, right? From any function. Its scope is not limited with this curly braces, right? Its scope is entire program. Okay, now the last thing is lifetime. Now lifetime is also the entire program or until program ends, terminates, right? For example, if I am here defining this variable, then a memory will be allocated, and unless our actual main program is not ended, this memory will be allocated to this variable, and as soon as our program will terminate, this memory will be deallocated. Now there are some other concept regarding the external storage class, which is the extern keyword. Okay, so let's talk about extern keyword. Now there are two things. First is only declaration of variable, and another is declaration plus definition of a variable, right? First let's look at this one. When I do int of p, only this one, it means that some memory is located to this variable, right? Some memory is located to this variable, and there will also be some its default value. We had studied about default value in previous video. You can look at it. So what happens when I declare or write like this? Let's say I write like this. What happens? A memory is allocated to this variable, okay, with some default value, right? So this is known as declaration plus definition. Means I had declared a variable p and also I have defined it. Defined means some memory is allocated to this variable also. Okay, now when it comes to declaration, only variable is declared. Variable is declared and no memory is allocated. No memory is allocated. Okay, so for declaring a variable, for just declaring a variable, we use the extern keyword. Extern keyword, extern int, and let's say p. Now what's happening is that if I try to write here printf of p, it will give me error. Why? Because this variable is only declared, that it means that the definition of this variable is written somewhere in the program, but this variable does exist. Okay, so right now if I do here p printf of p, it will give me error. Okay, I need to define it somewhere in the program. Now to define us somewhere in the program, we have to use the external storage class. So let's see how we define external variable with external storage class. So let's see. I have included some file, okay, and I had declared a variable, defined a variable like this, okay, and void main, and I will write printf of, let's say it is q, printf of q, okay, simple. It will give me output as 2, right? No doubt about it. Now let's say that I am defining this variable here. Okay, now what will be the output? Now it will give us error. Why? Because when the lines are executing, this line when it sees q, it doesn't know that where is the definition of this variable, or even this variable is declared or not. So to overcome this, we can use extern keyword. Now if I do extern int q, it means that our variable q is somewhere defined. Okay, somewhere definition of variable q is located. Now if I ask you the output will stay the same and it will be 2. Okay, this is the first use of extern keyword if we are using the extern. So there is another use of extern keyword, or we can say declaration of variable, when I am trying to use a variable which is present in one file and trying to access a variable which is included in another file, or definition is written in another file. Okay, let's see with an example. Let's say I have here a program #include. I am importing here file2 .c, okay, and this one is file1.c, okay, and I am defining here a variable a equals to 5 and writing here as void main and calling here fun. Okay, that's all. This is the, let's say, file1.c. now file2.c, something like fun void fun, let's say void fun. I'm defining this, definition is given in this file, let's say, okay, void fun, and I'm writing here printf of a and doing a plus plus, and also doing printf of again a. Right now if I try to run this program, it will give me error. Why? Because this variable cannot be accessed. Okay, but to access this variable, what I have to do, I have to tell it that definition of this variable is defined somewhere else, and I will write it here int a. Now this program will successfully compile, and our output will be, first of all, it will give me the printf of a, which will be the 5, and then it will do a plus plus, which will become a equals to 6, and then here it will become 6, right? And also if I further on, if I ask here, if I do here a plus plus and then do printf of a, the output will be now 7. Okay, so to access variable from the another file, we also use the same extern keyword. Okay, and since this is our storage class, remember that if I am using the external extern keyword, then the definition of that variable must be outside of all of the function, or we can say it should follow the external storage class. Okay, so that's all for today's guys. I hope you like the video. If you have any doubt, you can comment it down. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.